Hi, Libra. Welcome to your reading for today. We're going to see what you need to know right now. This is past, present, or future. Okay, you're going to know best how this resonates for you, where it fits on your timeline. So, with that being said, let's just get into it and see what you need to know right now. What is the message for Libra today from the spirits, from your guides, from the angels? Let's see what's going on. All right, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords, which is your energy. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and Strength in reverse. Okay, so it kind of looks like you're coming up towards a decision that you have to make, or you have a plan, all right? So the Knight of Pentacles speaks of long-term plans, moving forward strategically, okay? Or just trying to be practical, making practical, grounded decisions. But the Hanged Man is more of like a stagnant energy where you're stuck or you're trying to figure something out. You might feel stagnant or like something is a bit up in the air, okay? And Strength in reverse, especially with the Four of Swords here at the bottom, this might be a period of your life where you feel like things are just kind of slow. Things are just moving kind of slow. It's kind of up in the air. It's kind of stuck right now. Or maybe you need this because maybe you don't feel like you're at your full strength. Let's see what this is, all right? Because right now I can't tell if Strength in reverse is your energy, like how you feel, or if it's something that you feel like is getting in the way of your plans. Like if there's something outside of you that's slowing you down, making you feel weakened in a sense, or if you just feel like you don't have that momentum right now that you need. What's the Knight of Pentacles for Libra? The Three of Swords, the Empress, and the Ten of Coins. Okay, this has to do with some sort of heartbreak and pain surrounding a family situation, a Ten of Pentacles, generational wealth. I mean, the Empress, we'll have to see what the Empress is, if this is something in business or growth or like success. I'm just going to keep that open for a second, what exactly that is. So what's the Hanged Man? Ten of Cups in reverse. The Nine of Swords in reverse and Judgment. So this has to do with a lack of family, estranged family. Okay. The Nine of Swords in reverse, coming out of some sort of anxiety or coming out of stress. I mean, this could have something to do with like a lack of family support or feeling like you're disconnected from family in a way, like you don't have a strong family dynamic. Maybe you feel like you've had to go your way alone a lot. Let's see, what's the Strength in reverse here? The Queen of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. So this is feeling a sense of dissatisfaction, feeling like something isn't enough or it's not good enough, a sense of rejection over independence, money. I mean, it could have something to do with money. It is here with the Ten of Pentacles on a long-term plan, the Knight of Pentacles. you might feel like you're not in your strength, or your money isn't where you would want it to be or how you'd like it to be, or it feels a bit stagnant, a bit stuck. Let's see. Tell me more about this Knight of Pentacles. The Chariot. Yeah, so you are determined. You have a plan forward. You have a lot of motivation, a lot of determination. You know where you want to go and the plan. What's the Three of Swords? The Page of Cups in reverse. Again, a feeling of rejection, or like something isn't going your way, some sort of emotional immaturity. The Three of Wands and the Lovers. This has to do with a long-term plan and a relationship or a partnership. What's this Three of Swords for? Heartbroken. This has to do with being heartbroken, feeling sad, feeling lost, grieving and mourning. But what is Libra heartbroken about? Somebody being exposed as a false person? So you saw through some sort of a false person here, okay? Or you realized someone is a false person. Maybe somebody that you wanted to start a business with, or you wanted to build some sort of foundation with. Tell me more about that. A child. Heartbroken about a mother? A child? Heartbroken about some sort of innocence, or what am I missing here with this? Or what is this about? Death and Justice in reverse. This has to do with ending something completely because of it lacking fairness. Something here wasn't fair, so you ended it. A permanent ending because of something being unfair, transforming something that feels like this is not just. The King of Wands. Tell me more. Bad health. Bad health. And you want to know what I'm getting right now? A bit random, okay? But I don't watch all my own videos back, but I did watch one of them back yesterday, the one about the feminine energy that was being very controlling. And this is popping up for me now because while I was watching it, I got this download all of a sudden. I was like, oh, it could be this as well. And I'm getting it now because of bad health and child being here with the Empress, right? And while I was watching my video back, what hit me is this controlling feminine energy. It was giving me, like, if you've ever met someone like this, like a mother, okay, or a parent or a mother-in-law, all right? Somebody that is extremely emotionally manipulative in the sense where they make their own children responsible for their well-being. And it was giving me this kind of a mother-in-law or a mother that sits at home and is like, oh, like if I end up dead, then nobody's gonna know because none of you children call me, right? None of you call me on the phone. You all leave me alone here, and I'm this old woman alone, and I'm gonna end up dying alone in this house, and nobody's even gonna know that I'm dead. But it's only gonna be noticed because the neighbors start to smell something in the hallway, and none of my children are even gonna know that I died alone because you guys don't call me. That's what this is giving me. I mean, that just hit me again, right? This heartbreak about children and bad health. It's like, reminding me of my download last night where I was like, oh, it's really given me a parent like that, a mother like that, Empress and the Three of Swords. Yeah, this heartbreaking pain of like, oh, if I end up dead, then who's gonna find me? It's probably not even gonna be my own children that find me. None of you guys even care about me. I'm gonna end up dying alone in my house because none of you care about me. You don't call me ever. It's like that kind of a mother-in-law figure, right? Death, yeah. And I always find that to be very strange, right? When parents kind of put that on their child, or it's, it's like, what do you expect the child to do? Just because they call more often or visit more often, it's not going to change anything about, passing. This is obviously someone that's very scared of, maybe death here. But for some reason, this is giving me that again as well. Why is that coming up? The Page of Coins and the Six of Wands, because of somebody getting victory and success here with an investment or with something here on Queen of Pentacles has come out at the bottom twice now. What's the Page of Coins? Oh my God, codependence. Wow. So this is someone that you're dealing with. This is not you. This reading is not about you. It's about someone that you're dealing with, okay? Someone that is very codependent, very controlling, very possessive. They're a chaser. They have a fear of abandonment. And that's what I mean. That's why I got, that came up for me last night, that person might actually just be like a mother or mother-in-law. It's like one of those really codependent types that can't handle the fact that their children are grown up and moved out and have their own lives, and they're unfortunately alone, and they try to force their adult children into this caretaker role by communicating in a way where it's almost like, if I end up dead, it's like it's because of you. And that's so strange. It's like, how can you put that on your children like that kind of a guilty conscience on your children like that, where if your children cannot stop your death, but it wouldn't make a difference if they called more often or not, you know what I mean? But it's giving me something like that. Or maybe somebody around you is like that, is that manipulative, or is this, they guilt trip people with their health. They use their health and their health problems to manipulate other people or keep them close, or, guilt trip them into taking care of them. And that's why it's really giving me mother or mother-in-law. They can't handle that their kids are grown up and they're unfortunately alone. Maybe they're divorced or unmarried and they're just alone now. And they use their bad health to instill a fear in the children of oh my God, I'm so scared that something's going to happen to my mom or my mother. I have to stay here and I have to stick with them and stay around them, and I can't leave because what if something happens to my mother? It's like you're putting your kids in a constant fear that if they don't take care of you well enough, then they are somehow responsible for your passing. And that is so that is so codependent, so controlling, that you keep people with you by making problems that, it's like you shouldn't guilt people into taking care of you. And especially with bad health and false person being here in the reverse, this could even be someone that pretends to have things that they don't have just to create that reaction, right? I'm not saying if you actually are sick or disabled, that's not what I'm getting at here in this reading at all, right? I'm talking about let's say someone here they're not really suffering anything, but whenever they feel someone pulling away or they feel somebody wanting to leave, they'll like create panic attacks, like fake. I mean, I've heard of somebody doing something like this. That's kind of where I can pull this reference from, right? It's like they would fake panic attacks and they would go into this hysteria, and it was really to just manipulate the other person into also being terrified and scared and feeling like they can't leave that person alone because they have these panic attacks in the middle of the night, and that's why they need them there all the time, 24/7, because like somebody needs to be there for them. And this person was actually not really going through this. They were like pretending this so that it would keep that person around. It would stop someone from leaving, because they knew that making someone like, oh my God, there's something wrong with me, you have to stay here, that was causing like a stress response, right, in the other person. And this is giving me something like that as well, where it's like they'll say like, oh, you know, if I end up dead one day, none of you guys are even gonna know. I'm just gonna wither away and rot in my house, and nobody's gonna know I'm dead until people show up and smell me. You know, it's like something weird like that, where it's this weird manipulation of almost like, you know, you're trying to guilt trip somebody into feeling bad for you. And like, you know, if I tell you about how the fact that I'm going to die alone and then you're not even going to know because you never call me, what are they trying to get from the person? They're trying to get them to call more often, visit more often, or maybe even have, if there's a mother-in-law, it's like, you need to let me move in with you. It's like, no. Yeah, but that's what they want. They want to create this like, you can't leave me alone because I'm going to die alone, then it's going to be your fault. You know, it's like something weird like that. Okay, so why is this coming up? All right. Someone, yeah, it's like an empress heartbroken. So you could have a toxic mother-in-law, okay? The high priestess in reverse and the 3 of swords. Something about not listening to one's intuition, or somebody manipulating people with heartbreak and pain, creating fake pain, creating fake heartbreak, and to stop people from taking action. Creating fake, like, I'm sorry, it feels really fake, okay? It feels like I'm gonna fake an illness, I'm gonna fake being hurt, I'm gonna fake being in distress, I'm gonna fake that I'm close to death just so that you don't take some sort of action, just so that you don't leave, right? Bad health. I mean, this is like the kind of person where you want to leave them, you want to break up with them, and then they just faint. They just pretend to faint. It's just so that you all of a sudden you go from wanting to leave to, oh my God, are you okay? I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to take care of you. Like that's that. The 5 of Swords, yeah, it's just straight up manipulation. Straight up, I want to get what I want. I'm going to do and say whatever I need to get you to do what I want you to do, all right? And this is like faking illness or dramatizing how they're going to die alone and nobody's going to know, basically, all right? Somebody doesn't come take care of them. It's really... And that's given me somebody, like I said, like they're not even close to death. They're not even close to death. They could not even be close to the age of death, but this is someone that's like terrified of it. They're so terrified of dying that already, just because they're alone in their age, they're sitting at home scared of their death, and then they want to make it someone else's fault that someone else is not there. You know, it's something like that. It's just... All right. So what's the Hanged Man? The 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody not working on something, or this is somebody that doesn't work. All right. Yeah, maybe they don't work. Like they don't have a job. They don't have kids anymore because they're all grown up. They don't have any hobbies. They don't have a husband. Okay. This Strength. Why is strength here? That's their strength. That's how they strong arm people, okay? Twin flames, balance. This person needs balance, or something needs to be balanced, or... Oh my God, clarity, truth in reverse. This person is lying. They're a liar. They're a faker. This force, honor, protection, and power. They could also act like they're just defenseless. They're helpless. They don't have any own power. They need a caretaker. Yeah, and I feel like this is someone really, they make like their own children responsible for that. Like, it's like, I think what's disturbing about this kind of relationship is that people like this forget that they are the parent. They're the parent. They're supposed to be the strong one. And it's almost like they try to reverse the roles, where they want to be the helpless, powerless one, and they want their children to be their parent, right? They want their children to jump in. And, you know, especially if this is like a mother that has sons, okay? And this mother is alone, this person will expect their sons to be their husband, or to take care of them like a husband, and will make them responsible for them being alone. And it's like, that's not really your children's job when they're adults, right? It's not, it's like, of course you want to take care of your parents and you want to be there for them and you want to make sure they're okay. Yeah, but you as a parent, you can't like expect that of them. And when they're not there enough, or don't do enough, or don't call every day, don't visit every day, make them feel horrible for that by telling them things like, you know, I'm going to die, and then what? And then when I'm dead, you're not even going to notice that I'm dead. Like, that is so crazy manipulative. That is so insanely manipulative, okay, to put that on your kids. So like, all of a sudden the children's lives only revolves around their parent or their mother. Like, this is a mother that expects their children's lives to revolve around them and taking care of them. Like, their children aren't even allowed to have their own lives, because their children are supposed to be preoccupied with their mother, or how their mother is feeling, or what their mother is going through. And, you know, that's just not healthy. It's like someone that can't accept that children grow up and have their own lives, okay? And that they, as a parent, are responsible for themselves. They, as a parent, are responsible for their own life, their own well-being, their own health, their own day-to-day. And it's not their children that are their caretakers. Like, they can't expect that, right? But this is someone that does. Transcending an obstacle here by doing something repetitively, persistently, working on it. What is that about? Somebody trying to transcend the obstacle by doing something repetitively. Yeah, I mean, repetitively, like what I said, this reminds me of that one person that would repetitively have these hysterical nightmares in the middle of the night and these panic attacks, and then act like they can't be alone at night. That's kind of the game that they were playing, was that they would, I almost want to say like pretend, like, I'm sorry, but that's how it really was coming across to a point, at some point, was that they were pretending to have these crazy panic attacks at night. And then it was instilling in that other person that they can't be alone at night. They can't sleep alone at night. You can't leave them alone at night, because they will have a panic attack and have a nightmare. Right? And it would start to get obvious when, like, this person wasn't home. All right. This was also a parent-child relationship. Okay. So that's why I'm getting at this. When the child wasn't home, sleeping at home, this parent would then call them. I'm having a nightmare. I'm having a panic. You need to come home right now. I'm alone. You can't leave me alone. And it was like, it left the child in a situation where they didn't know how to move out. Because, you know, this parent was playing this game with them. And the weird thing about it, though, it was like a miraculous recovery. I swear, as soon as that child moved out, the mother hasn't had a panic attack since. Hasn't had a hysterical nightmare since. Isn't that strange? Isn't that a weird coincidence, right? I mean, there was a lot of things where, like, you know, it was like a bit obvious what was going on here, okay? The King of Swords and the Tower. All right, the Tower moment here, okay? Some sort of catastrophe here. Ten of Wands. I mean, this could even be about somebody like that feels like it's their job, it's their responsibility. Everything is on them to take care of this parent. It's their job, it's their responsibility. It's like they were conditioned and groomed this way, basically. All right. The World. The Hermit. Why is the Hermit here? Stabbed in the back. Shocking attack, separation, deception, or something about being alone. Like this this is a parent, and I'm getting strong mother or mother-in-law, okay? That every single time they're alone, they act like they're in some sort of pain, you know, or they feel stabbed in the back because they're alone. They feel stabbed in the back because they've been left alone by their family members, by their children. You can't leave me alone, you know. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, Judgment. The Three of Cups. All of their children. The Eight of Swords, trapping all of their children. I swear that's what this is. It's like this is a mother that wants to trap all of their children, okay? Or keep them stuck, keeping them like stuck in their head, trapped that they're going to lose their family member when they're not looking close enough because of, you know, this hysteria that they create. Like they really create a lot of hysteria, okay? And it's all, and this is like a mother figure that always wants to stay in like the focus, okay? It's like they need to have that attention spotlight on them, and they need to feel like they are the most important thing in their children's lives. And the only way that they can get that attention is the way that they've learned to get that attention, is what I'm getting, is by creating this fear of loss in their children. It's like, well, if I tell my children all these crazy things and they fear losing me, like I'm going to die tomorrow, then they're going to get all worked up. They're going to get scared. Then they're going to be there for me more. I mean, it's a really twisted way of keeping your children close to you, okay? Because why would you want to keep your children close to you all the time by making them scared to lose you? Or making them scared that you're going through a health scare and now they need, like, that's just a sad way, but you can tell that this parent, they can't deal with the fact that their children are older, they're pulling away, they maybe have their own wives, own children, own partners, and the mother is no longer front and center stage, you know, number one spot. And it's like the only way, I guess, that they know how to reclaim this spot is by playing on this I'm an old woman card, and I'm going through this, you know, oh, my health is bad. You know, every single time you call them, they'll tell you like, oh, my health is bad, my blood pressure is up, yeah, I went to the doctor and I was at the hospital, I'm doing really bad. And it's like, what they want is for their children to care about them, but why are you doing it that way? Like, why are you... In a weird, twisted way, this person has learned that when they tell their children that they're sick and ill and, you know, dying, basically, that their children care a lot about them, and that's why they keep doing it. Right? And it's just like what kind, like that really I mean, with mothers like that, really makes me look at them sideways. All right? Bombastic side eye. Okay? That is super unhealthy. All right? Because it's like subconsciously you're conditioning your children to think that your health, as mother's health, is their responsibility. And if something happens to their mother, it's their fault. Like, it's so wrong. Okay? So what's Strength in reverse? This is how they, oh my God, this is how they hold on to this sympathy and getting people to help them, getting people to care about them, show them love, giving them affection. This is how they hold on to their sense of stability, security, and this giving nature of other people. And it's by faking that they have no strength and they're weak and they're vulnerable and they're this poor old lady. They have no strength and they can't do it alone and they're always sick and they're dying, basically, right? It's like, this is how they get people to feel sorry for them, to give to them, to help them. And it's really manipulative, okay? It's devil at the bottom. Yeah, I don't feel like it's real at all. And I feel like you see through this person, you see through them, you see through it, and you're like, that's not the way to go. That's not the way you do it, okay? That's not the way you go about this at all. The Seven of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Coins and the Two of Coins. Yeah, it's like this person is always acting like they're defenseless, they're helpless, they can't do it on their own, they're so weak, they always need someone to come and take care of them, right? It's like, it's giving me a role reversal, like this is supposed to be the mother carrying the children, but they want to reverse the role. They want it to be the child carrying the mother, and that's just not how it is, man. That's just really not how it goes. Like just imagine you're just living your life. You're just in a normal day-to-day life and you get a call from your mother telling you about how, you know, you need to feel really horrible about yourself because if they end up dead and nobody notices, then it's going to be because you don't call them enough. That's really what this is giving me, okay? So why is this Queen of Wands in reverse here? An engagement ring. This has to do with an engagement ring, a commitment, a partnership, and something about time. Something needing time. Somebody should take more time. Yes, could even be a mother or mother-in-law that's always kind of getting, you know, trying to meddle, right? It's like somebody goes to them and says, oh, I think I'm going to take this step in my relationship, and I think I'm going to go for this in my relationship. And they're like, are you sure? Are you sure that you're ready for that? I feel like you should take some more time. I mean, this doesn't even have to be like a ring. Like, let's say this is a parent relationship where somebody's living with their parent and they want to move in with a partner, right? And they want to get a commitment. This parent will go all you know, into this kind of a mode of, are you sure? I think that you should take more time. I don't think you're ready for that. I mean, there's a lot that could go wrong. I don't know if that's really what's best for you. I mean, I'm only speaking as your mother and I want what's best for you. Are you sure that you're ready for this? I think you should take some more time to think about it. You know, it's obvious why they're saying that, because they just don't want you to do it, right? It doesn't have anything to do with you needing more time. You're an adult. You can make your own decisions and know when is the right time. But they don't want to feel like they are losing you to a partner, your own family. It's like they're losing, they feel like they're losing their, like the more their children grow up and have their own lives and have their own children, and have their own families, this mother feels disconnected and feels like they're no longer in the spotlight, and they can't deal with that very well. They have a really hard time dealing with that. So they'll do little things to try and get the attention back towards them, or, you know, try and pull their family members back towards them and away from their new families. Like, this is somebody that will do things intentionally to keep their children closer to them than to their own wives, partners, and, you know, children that they want to have. It's like they try to do this weird competitive tug of war, right? They don't, this is like, this kind of a mother, it's like their worst nightmare to feel like if this person has sons, if their son has a wife, this is the kind of mother, it's their worst nightmare to feel like that wife is more important than they are. And they will definitely do things to meddle to make it so that they stay more important, even when it comes to like using their health. Like, I wouldn't put it past a mother like this, creating a fake health scare to try and ask their sons to move in. Like, can I move in with you, please? I'm sick. Just so that they can be closer to their sons and also feel like they're the more important one. And 100%, they're gonna, this is like, I don't know why I'm going on this rant, but this is even gonna be a mother where you might even notice, like, especially if they have sons, okay? You're gonna notice that the sons' wives don't get along with the mother. Why is that? Why is that all of the wives don't get along with this mother-in-law? Because the mother-in-law doesn't like the wives being more important, and they're going to make it obvious. It becomes a competition, all right? So, anything else here for Libra? Something about a ring or a commitment or something like that. A message. This has to do with some sort of messages and a King of Wands in reverse. Messages and a ring, a commitment, a partnership, a relationship, some sort of messages about a relationship, okay? And the Ten of Pentacles, some sort of a plan here with generational wealth, some sort of plan with a lot of money, an inheritance, something about working together with an inheritance because of an inheritance. Yeah, because this is a mother that meddles. This is a mother that meddles. They will definitely, try and force their children to do things that they want them to do or how they want them to act, or, try to get in the middle of things, right? The Ten of Swords, ultimate betrayal here. Some sort of ultimate betrayal, painful betrayal, or this is somebody like a mother that will feel like they've been left behind. Okay. So I wouldn't put it past someone like this to be someone that says like, if you do this and that, then I'm going to disown you, or you need to do as I say, and try and kind of get in the middle of a family dynamic. Like if their children want to have families of their own, because that would mean that their children are now in their own lives with their own families, and this mother is no longer center of attention. All right. Number one priority. Yeah, a message. The Moon in reverse, the Four Pentacles in reverse. This has to do with some sort of messages. Now there's no illusion about something that was communicated here, or there's some sort of secrets coming to light about somebody losing control, or the way that they act when they feel like they're losing control of their children, okay? Or of their spot being the center of attention. Or this could even be about this message that like a message of this mother, the kind of communication that they have when they call their children up and say, yeah, I'm going to be dead. I'm going to be dead in my house, and nobody's going to know that I died alone because none of you come to visit me, and none of you call me, and none of you are going to find me. It's going to be the neighbors that find me when I'm smelling in the hallway because I'm going to be rotting away because my children don't care about me, and you leave me alone, old poor lady. Like, you, my children, are responsible for when I end up dead, and nobody finds me, and I've been rotting for 3 weeks. Yeah. That's this. Mother-in-law, dragon-in-law. All right. Emotional. This is how they go with it, right? This is some serious emotional manipulation, emotional abuse. All right. I would call that emotional abuse at that point. Okay. Really. So how should Libra deal with this? Some advice for Libra. The 8 of Wands. The message, yeah, High Priestess and the message, yeah, it has something to do with messages, or has something to do with the way that this person communicates, okay? So your intuition might have picked up on something that this person said, or pay attention to the way that this mother talks or this mother-in-law talks, okay? Because their communication or the things that they say is going to tell you what kind of a person they are, okay? And how they act. Or this is how your intuition picked up on them and what kind of a person they are. It's by whatever this is and what they said. And if your intuition did pick up on this person or situations or the way that they act in general, then you need to know that you are a threat to them, okay? In some which way. Or someone here, they treat other people, especially other women. If it's a mother-in-law or a mother, they treat other women as a threat. And that's just how it is, okay? Because that's how they act and that's the things that they say. And listen to your intuition, because I feel like your intuition is right on the money with this person, all right? So I'm going to leave it at that, okay? Hope this helps, Libra. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.